This is life.
Both.
This is life.
Both.
This is life.
Both.
This is life.
Both.
This is life. And this is life for life. For life. This is 26 shits. You need them teeny feeny bleeding when I'm teeny feeny bleeding when I'm talking to feeny Balow. Balow.
26 years standing me a man.
Balow.
In this game, do the game, and then that bullshit, yo.
Balow.
Kick 24 with the originals.
Balow.
Even though some might think other than.
Balow.
Oh shit, sometimes they might have to spend.
Balow.
Time to jail, 12 on the shit, so yeah, well.
Balow.
Not yeah.
Type shit.
Oh, wait.
26, you understand me, man. I don't want to no. You know what? I just had a nice track on here. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Whatever 100 is. Oh. I see people throwing it around nowadays, and it's used as an overstatement. I mean, I'm like, okay, you're overstating your 100ness by about a 90 ratio. Type shit. But everyone's using it, and you know what? 100 is its own entity. You can't take nothing away from it. You can't take nothing away from 100. But boy, I'm just rambling. Wow. Am I gonna do any music tonight? I have been. Oh, I can't believe I just erased that track. That track was fat.
What's elevating everybody out there? Yeah. Oh, that sun is bright. I love that sun. Just want to touch on a little bit what I was talking about or conveying yesterday. And I was speaking of self and the body, your body, and detoxing and the solar systemness of your own being. I shot an affirmation video. Like sometimes people like need those to really tap in, you know, to who and what they are, so they can be a credit to this thing of ours. So, you know, now when I was speaking of detox, and sometimes I don't go into details about anything, I mean enough depth, because there's so much at the same time that's you know, that's overflowing from your being, and so it's not good to stay, you know, be well, like be healthy, like, you know, you can overdo it, and you can be divine light for self, or you can be in the darkness, like literally dark, like, and that's where a lot of our regurgitation of being comes from. because we may be, sick, and therefore we project sickness. Now, we tend to want to put it on someone else, and some other thing. You can call it what you want to call it, and get all crazy or nuts or whatever else, and then it's easy to say it's someone else. It's easy to blame it on someone when it's going bad, but then when it's going good, to say so. This game, this back and forth, this teeter-totter, this serving, this tennis, this love or whatever else, or whatever back of this Wimbledon shit. And nothing against Wimbledon, but I'm just saying this back and forth is really sort of redundant. Like it's, we can be better for ourselves. So back to nutrition. Like if when your spirit tells you, and it does, that hey man, this is a bit much. Like me. Now people, and I gotta feel some kind of way when I'm not around all the time. But you can be in jail in a lot of ways. Either you can be incarcerated or you can be out here in jail, like really away, like really into dark shit. And it all came from hanging out, being out, yada yada yada, it's cool, and yada yada yada. But remember, there's moderation. Like you don't know what people went through. And for those that decide to clean up and do things like that. Now, and it's something else, because you shouldn't have to be away from people. I'm not saying I have to be away from people, because I got an edge on it now. But if you're not being enticed by something physically, you may be drained spiritually just to see it. You don't want to remember darkness, and nothing's light. There's light in dark. You don't want to remember areas where you. I struggled or were down or this or that sometimes. So, you don't want to see nobody else like that. You want to help people from that. So you can just go out and just really, have fun, be nice, with yours. Everybody's nice with theirs and whatnot. And there's no jealousy. There's no envy. There's no one in the world that I am jealous of or want to be or want to have what they have or want to ask for some shit. No one. No one. There's no one. And that's not arrogant. That's just the way that it is, because they are me. So to want to be like someone else is like really basically wanting to be self, if they're on that level. But the other shit is just vanity. When you see them, like I see them, whoever it is, then you will get it. But yeah, don't poison yourselves to the point as to where you're going to keep doing. So let me see where this is at. 8 minutes. I'm going to pull over right here where they're not working at. To the point as to where you're going to, don't party all the way out, is what I'm saying. Start moderationing that up a bit. Believe it or not, and I was speaking to a friend this morning about it. And believe it or not, you're super, man. You're super. Sometimes people claim they have they say they have out-of-body experiences, but it be inner-body experiences. Your mind is so. Look at your mind as free will. Look at your mind as free will. Your mind can drive you. I hate to use terms like hell, because hell is a word that was made up by some white that went somewhere, listened into a cave, and it said it sounded like hell. It came up with the word. God didn't say anything about hell. It wasn't even spoke of from the sky. Put it like that. Someone came up with that. People just ran with it. Really. So when you start looking at words like Lord, hell, Satan, devil, stuff like that, just know that man has created that, and that might be modalities. Stop literally putting someone you know when things are getting rough. When you're going through things so yeah, eat healthy when you're getting up. You might be getting up to season or whatever else, and you might not be able to regenerate your cells and stuff as fast. So your spirit would too. I'm gonna stop eating so much of this. I stopped eating meat. I wasn't passing it enough. 10 minutes. I wasn't passing it enough to be eating it. Like really, I just weren't. And then I started seeing it like that. I said that before, like the animals and stuff. So now I eat plant-based stuff and try and do the vegetarian thing. And believe me, and that's an illusion. And this is nothing to say to the meat companies or whatever else. But you can eat, like if you can just eat greens and cornbread. You ever had a bowl of greens and cornbread? You know how full you get? So that's a misconception. There's protein in beans. That's a misconception about, oh, I got to eat meat. No, I got to be healthy. I got to be thick. I got to be big boned. It's a misconception. If you are, it's fine. But think I got to be healthy for the community. When I say community, I mean the worlds that are inside you. And when I said it's water up there, there's water and cells and water and islands. And when I use the term craft, I mean like what they say, spaceship. Why don't they say space plane? Space aeroplane, spaceship. Because it's water. Space ship. Like really. So, I mean, and you got areas that Earth, you got certain areas that, how should I say, people are on, you can say time out, or whether you want to call it purgatory, or whether you want to call it some kind of hell, or whether you want to call it some kind of university to get better and know. What is it? 11 minutes, okay. 12 there. So there's been a lot of times that people were told and given the chance to be themselves and know that they are solar systems, but they always needed someone. Like we need someone. No, we want someone, some form of fashion to pray to, so we can know that we are. And that's sad. That's sad. That's always been. That can go back as far as Thoth and the Emerald Tablets. They always had to have someone. So they were given someone. A crutch or something like that. Just to sustain them so they can know who they are. But you go and fill an application, you say who you are in a minute. I'm so-and-so such and such. Which is an illusion. And people, I'm a real person. That's a genuine fake. Persona. If you go back to Italian, that meant a person that was on stage putting on a mask. How to be a genuine person means how to be a real person means how to be a genuine fake. That's a persona. That's a mask you put on when you do a play or some shit. So that's an illusion. And also, I started uploading that video to Facebook yesterday. I'm gonna touch more on it. I should just go further with it. And where is this at? Yeah, I am. And it didn't upload. I started about 1:30 or so. And all this right here is humbleness. Like, this is who I am. It didn't upload till 9:30 at night. And then they had the nerve to send me, I'm gonna say that, then they had the nerve to send me I don't know if people are listening to them first to see, getting the information and whatever else, then uploading it. But I uploaded to YouTube, and YouTube runs circles like the rabbit in the hare. So this is me. This is what I'm doing, and this is part of it. This is part of the whole familiar, man. But like I said, man, if we can clean up to the point as to where you know yourself, your mind, people always saying to get your mind right. When you get your mind right, man, you can heal anything in you. Everything. Your body is a walking pharmacy. It's its own, a walking doctor, a walking whatever. You have no idea of the fights and stuff that are going on inside your body because of your mind state, what your mind state might be. Your free will. But there's a cosmic mind that's ready to feed you. You know, it's just always there. The information's always there. There should be no secrets because it's always there. Those that try to expedite information, they want to hold it as a secret. Like, so I don't be part of organizations and groups as to where, you know, I don't, you know, or as to where they got. I don't want to know no secret. Don't tell me no. I don't need to know no secret. There are no secrets. Like, I don't need to know any either. For people that are paranoid, you know, and I mean these groups, these elite groups, you know, and yeah, that's what the business is, man. There's so much I want to go into, and sometimes I feel that I heat the book up, and a lot of people might say, well, that's rough, but you try to give castor oil with honey, because if you just keep giving honey and sugar and shit, people will, you know, your friend will tell you the truth. You know what I mean? And will tell you the truth. And tell you that you are as well, and won't put you behind he or she, and don't follow. Just be I am, not what I am, how I dress, do this and that. Just be that. And all these issues, you wouldn't have these issues. You wouldn't have these issues of people being with other people's wives, low self-esteem, or whatever else, because you wouldn't see no one as better or bigger. You would be one. Like, you would see yourself just as, and not to the point as to where you want to conquer someone, you know, or think you're better. You know, there's been a lot of destruction and stuff due to relationships and kingdoms, and people taking people's wives and all this stuff due to low self-esteem. You hear it in the music now. It's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I got your girl on my so-and-so. That's fucking ridiculous. That's someone with a low self-esteem. You know what I mean? Anytime you got to have somebody else's woman or someone else's man like that, you know, people just bored. You done left yourselves. You done left yourselves and forgot who you are. Therefore, you don't know who I am is. Not me per se. I am consciousness or whatever else. You do know, and you have an inkling of it, but it's more like amnesia. And the more you stay outside yourself, trying to conquer or whatever it is, catch or whatever it is, and go beyond and other areas like toxic sales and shit. You know, you're either gonna get ate up, dealt with, or something like that, you know. And spirit lives. Like I said, I'm seeing things. I've seen DJ. DJ has a clothing store and a woman. So so I seen DJ twice. Every time I see him, he always asks me, what am I doing here? I've seen my grandmother twice. My dear Miss Carrie, I've seen her twice. You know, so, you know, I've helped people, you know. Maybe I helped people when they were there struggling and shit. Be coming across some shit. And then people get after you for doing it. Like, and you got to shut the whole familiar down. I've been in floods, you know. You know, it was a flood. I seen this giant. He on bullshit. People trying to sort of stay away from the water and shit. I told him who I was, and he stabbed himself in the neck. Like, committed suicide right then and there. It's the dumb shit. Like, what the fuck's that about? It's a lot. I've seen a lot. And, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's just, you know, and not too much. But, so, like, get your minds right, know who you are. Before you go to sleep, listen to something positive to ignite that subconscious, which is more powerful than the conscious. Your eyes and your consciousness is a big fucking illusion. Now don't get me wrong. Now, if you go hit a brick wall, your knuckles might tend to fucking hurt. Now, don't go doing that. Especially if you are not powerful enough, 4D or whatever else, put your hand through. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be wanting to be hitting on shit anyway. Though, like, really. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to do a Q&A some people say I should get a podcast. You know, I get it. I get what a lot of people are doing. And there's a lot of people doing things. I just like, no, there's enough people out here doing that. You know, I can write books. You know, because then it's like you don't want, I don't know, you just want to trust to the point as where people can handle your money right. You know, wouldn't be, and I'm not talking about stealing from you, but be into all kind of shit. Showing all kind of secret shit on videos. All you know, all this shit like that you'll see and it'll bother you later. So you tend to stay natural, like away from things, because everyone's, for the most part, a lot of people that know or that think they know are playing games and doing things that other people don't know, showing things, sliding shit in and stuff like that. And you know, so there's a lot of reasons why I do this like I do it. But y'all keep y'all heads up to see shit coming. I'm out. One love. Elevation.